The Big Bang Theory production. The show's pilot episode premiered on September 24, 2007. This was the second pilot produced for the show. A different pilot was produced for the 2006-07 television season but never aired. The structure of the original unaired pilot was substantially different from the series' current form. The only characters retained in both pilots were Leonard, Johnny Galecki, and Sheldon, Jim Parsons, who are named after Sheldon Leonard, a longtime figure in episodic television as producer, director and actor. Althea, Vernie Watson, was a minor character that appeared in both pilots. The first pilot included two female lead characters who were not used in the second pilot. The characters were Canadian actress Amanda Walsh as Katie, a street-hardened, tough-as-nails woman with a vulnerable interior, and Iris Barr as Gilda, a scientist colleague and friend of the male characters. Sheldon and Leonard meet Katie after she breaks up with a boyfriend and they invite her to share their apartment. Gilda is threatened by Katie's presence. Test audiences reacted negatively to Katie, but they liked Sheldon and Leonard. The original pilot used Thomas Dolby's hit She Blinded Me with Science as its theme song. Although the original pilot was not picked up, its creators were given an opportunity to retool it and produce a second pilot. They brought in the remaining cast and retooled the show to its final format. Katie was replaced by Penny, Kaylee Cuoco. The original unaired pilot never has officially been released, but it has circulated on the internet. On the evolution of the show, Chuck Lorre said, "We did the Big Bang pilot about 2.5 years ago, and it sucked, but there were two remarkable things that worked perfectly. And that was Johnny and Jim. We rewrote the thing entirely and then we were blessed with Kaylee and Simon and Kunal." As to whether the world will ever see the original pilot on a future DVD release, Lorre said, "Wow, that would be something. We will see." Show your failures. The first and second pilots of The Big Bang Theory were directed by James Burrows, who did not continue with the show. The reworked second pilot led to a 13-episode order by CBS on May 14, 2007. Prior to its airing on CBS, the pilot episode was distributed on iTunes free of charge. The show premiered on September 24, 2007, and was picked up for a full 22-episode season on October 19, 2007. The show is filmed in front of a live audience, and is produced by Warner Brothers Television and Chuck Lorre Productions. Production was halted on November 6, 2007, due to the Writers Guild of America strike. Nearly 3 months later, on February 4, 2008, the series was temporarily replaced by a short-lived sitcom, Welcome to the Captain. The series returned on March 17, 2008, in an earlier time slot, and ultimately only 17 episodes were produced for the first season. After the strike ended, the show was picked up for a second season, airing in the 2008 to 2009 season, premiering in the same time slot on September 22, 2008. With increasing ratings, the show received a 2-year renewal through the 2010-11 season in 2009. In 2011, the show was picked up for 3 more seasons. In March 2014, the show was renewed again for 3 more years through the 2016-17 season. This marks the second time the series has gained a 3-year renewal. In March 2017, the series was renewed for 2 additional seasons, bringing its total to 12, and running through the 2018-19 television season. David Saltzberg, a professor of physics and astronomy at the University of California, Los Angeles, checks scripts and provides dialogue, mathematics equations, and diagrams used as props. According to executive producer/co-creator Bill Prady, "We're working on giving Sheldon an actual problem that he's going to be working on throughout the first season, so there's actual progress to the boards. We worked hard to get all the science right." Several of the actors in The Big Bang Theory previously worked together on the sitcom Roseanne, including Johnny Galecki, Sarah Gilbert, Laurie Metcalf, who plays Sheldon's mother, Mary Cooper, and Megan Fay, who plays Bernadette's mother. Additionally, Lorre was a writer on the series for several seasons. Theme song. The Canadian alternative rock band Bare Naked Ladies wrote and recorded the show's theme song, which describes the history and formation of the universe and the Earth. Co-lead singer Ed Robertson was asked by Lorre and Prady to write a theme song for the show after the producers attended one of the band's concerts in Los Angeles. By coincidence, Robertson had recently read Simon Singh's book Big Bang, and at the concert improvised a freestyle rap about the origins of the universe. Lorre and Prady phoned him shortly thereafter and asked him to write the theme song. having been asked to write songs for other films and shows, but ending up being rejected because producers favored songs by other artists. Robertson agreed to write the theme only after learning that Laurie and Prady had not asked anyone else. On October 9, 2007, a full-length, 1 minute and 45 seconds, version of the song was released commercially. Although some unofficial pages identify the song title as History of Everything, the cover art for the single identifies the title as Big Bang Theory theme. A music video also was released via special features on the complete fourth season DVD and Blu-ray set. The theme was included on the band's Greatest Hits album, Hits from Yesterday and the Day Before, released on September 27, 2011. In September 2015, TMZ uncovered court documents showing that Stephen Page sued former bandmate Robertson over the song, alleging that he was promised 20% of the proceeds, but that Robertson has kept that money entirely for himself. Actors' salaries. For the first 3 seasons, Galecki, Parsons, and Cuoco, the 3 main stars of the show, received at most $60,000 per episode. The salary for the 3 went up to $200,000 per episode for the 4th season. Their per-episode pay went up an additional $50,000 in each of the following 3 seasons, culminating in $350,000 per episode in the 7th season. In September 2013, Bialik and Rauch renegotiated the contracts they held since they were introduced to the series in 2010. On their old contracts, each was making $20,000, $30,000 per episode, while the new contracts doubled that, beginning at $60,000 per episode, increasing steadily to $100,000 per episode by the end of the contract, as well as adding another year for both. By season 7, Galecki, Parsons, and Cuoco were also receiving 0.25% of the series' back-end money. Before production began on the 8th season, the 3 plus Helberg and Nair looked to renegotiate new contracts, with Galecki, Parsons, and Cuoco seeking around $1 million per episode, as well as more back-end money. Contracts were signed in the beginning of August 2014, giving the 3 principal actors an estimated $1 million per episode for 3 years, with the possibility to extend for a 4th year. The deals also include larger pieces of the show, signing bonuses, production deals, and advances towards the back end. Helberg and Nair were also able to renegotiate their contracts, giving them a per-episode pay in the mid-6-figure range, up from around $100,000 per episode they each received in years prior. The duo, who are looking to have salary parity with Parsons, Galecki, and Cuoco, signed their contracts after the studio and producers threatened to write the characters out of the series if a deal could not be reached before the start of production on season 8. By season 10, Helberg and Nair reached the $1 million per episode parity with Parsons, Galecki, and Cuoco, due to a clause in their deals signed in 2014. In March 2017, the main cast members, Galecki, Parsons, Cuoco, Helberg, and Nair, took a 10% pay cut to allow Bialik and Rauch an increase in their earnings. This put Galecki, Parsons, Cuoco, Helberg and Nair at $900,000 per episode, with Parsons, Galecki, and Helberg also receiving overall deals with Warner Bros. Television. By the end of April, Bialik and Rauch had signed deals to earn $500,000 per episode, each, with the deals also including a separate development component for both actors. The deal was an increase from the $175,000-$200,000 the duo had been making per episode.